I remember getting so hyped when I first heard about Ivy Road's Wanderstop. The creative minds behind such wonderful games such as Stanley's Parable, A Beginner's Guide, and Gone Home. How could a game like this not catch my attention? If they know anything, they really know how to write. They know how to write a story. So, the gist of the Wanderstop demo is that you become Alta, a warrior, but not just any warrior, a champion. Alta has been winning fights after fights for over 3 years after honing her craft as a fighter until one day she loses and she's devastated by that loss. And so she trains and trains and trains and loses again. So her only answer is to dive deep into the forest in search of Master Winters, a fighter like no other, who she believes will give her an answer to become an unstoppable champion once more. But as she runs through the forest, as she continues to push her body and mind past her limits, they give up and she collapses. This is where Boro shows up, the owner of the Wanderstop teashop that's somewhere in the forest. He takes care of Alta and offers to show her how to make tea with his overly complicated contraption. From growing and harvesting the tea to climbing up the ladder, heating up the water, and everything else before, after, and in between, he teaches her his craft. In the end, Alta stays with him, but only until she's able to lift her sword once more, as she's no longer able to do so. Alright, so now that you get the gist of it, or I gave you a very short summary of it, let me tell you why I love this demo and why I'll probably love the game. Wanderstop is about burnout, about pushing yourself to reach an unattainable perfection and damning yourself even if you trip once or twice. Alta is someone who has worked so hard to be in the top of her field and most importantly pressure herself to reach that spot.
Undefeated for that long. God, it took everything, but I earned it. This is what I devoted my entire life to. Finally, I'm here. I made it. I can...
What does she mean that it took everything? Now, I'm not only talking about her social life, but her mental and physical health as well. I've met people in my life that are struggling with themselves, both physically and mentally, but are a shining example in their workplace. It reminds me of the phrase, pain is weakness leaving the body, which, as motivating as it was and is at times, it also emphasizes potentially ignoring cues that your body and minds are producing to tell you to take it easy. There are other things in life needed besides your craft, and in this part, I think it shows you that.
I must have slacked on my training. I'm so stupid! But I can use this failure to push myself even harder. Train myself back up better than ever. Right, maybe the loss was actually a lesson I needed. Once I've made it back to the top, I'll never allow... Again. I'm a failure. I'm weak. I'm a failure. I'm a failure.
I'm a failure.
A failure.
I don't deserve it.
I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I don't want to be this person. No. Snap out of it, Alta. Do not go to that place again. Take responsibility. This can be fixed.
I remember the first time she talks about her first loss after so many years, how she insults herself while her opponent's being cheered by, maybe, their child. She then repeats the pattern again and continues to push herself past a point that she clearly should have stopped a while ago, and loses again. That loss spirals her down to the darkest of depths, as the only thing she has worked on for so long, more than 3.5 years, was becoming a champion and keeping the title. Burnout is such a horrible thing, and I have seen the effects of it. Sometimes people will put pressure on themselves, other times is people putting pressure on a specific person, but the result is always a damning one. People can pass out, they can lose their strength not only to do minimal things, but also function. They can even push away people that could be a part of their support system, somebody that can help them out of that place. And this demo does a great job of depicting that pain of burnouts in such a short amount of time. I can only imagine what they're gonna do with the full game. Or, they just buy it. But luckily, someone is there to put out the fire or at least reduce it. Boro is a very friendly, carefree, and kind tea shop owner. He's literally the opposite of Alta. Everything he does, from the way he moves to the way he speaks and jokes, is done lightheartedly, which is the opposite of Alta, as she just angrily does things. I mean, look at the way she plants these seeds. Alta has been planning and executing everything to reach the top as a fighter, always putting that maximum amount of pressure on herself and the least amount of breathing time possible for herself. Boro, on the other hand, goes with the flow, takes things easy, slow, and enjoys each step in life as it flows in whichever direction it takes him. I believe this is emphasized in a funny way with his astronaut joke, where he just improvises and enjoys it, even if it doesn't make any sense, because he sees it as an enjoyable journey no matter where it ends. While Boro does his best to listen, to calm her down, and to help her, he does recognize that it's her decision in the end to stay or not. He knows what she's going through. And this is just a hunch. I mean, I could be wrong, but I have a sneaking suspicion that he may have been an adventurer or something in his past. He does serve tea to many people from different walks of life, which could be the reason as to why he can tell what she's going through. But the way he tries to convince her to switch fields and stay with him, I don't know. It's just a hunch. I don't know. I got nothing for it, but a hunch is a hunch. In one of their last interactions, we do get the reason why this failure has affected her so much when she says, "It's not a nerve, it's me. You're talking about me. If I don't find Master Winters, then I can never be the person I want to be ever again." It's not that she failed as a fighter, but that she feels like she is a failure. She's someone that spent a big portion of her life sacrificing everything to reach that top spot. So when she lost, which would have happened at some point, in her perspective, she lost her worth, her purpose. But like a therapist, or a good therapist, Boro will help her see that she's more than just a fighter. At some point, she needs to see that she didn't just devote herself to her craft, but isolated herself in it and from the rest of the world. And this is mostly what I gathered from just the demo. Imagine what else will be developed and revealed when it comes out on the 11th of March. Will I be right that Boro had an adventurous past? What will it take for Alta to accept that she's more than just her craft? Will something dangerous happen in Wanderstop? Or will something triggering occur? Such as the person who defeated Alta stopping by for tea. There are many routes the game can take, so I'm very excited to see where it goes and how it ends. Oh, and before I end this, I wanted to mention that the name Wanderstop, besides being the name of a tea shop that adventurers stop by and wander around and enjoy and peaceful and all that, I think it's connected to the game's theme of burnout. You know, sometimes you have to stop and wander, go with the flow, not be so strict with yourself, have some introspective, maybe that's not it, but there's something about stopping and just thinking or wandering. There's something there. I swear there's something there. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you like to see more, if you like to show some support. And please let me know in the comments, are you gonna get the game? Are you gonna download the demo at least? Try it out. What do you think? Also, if I'm right about Boro, I'm buying myself a cheesecake.